This looks like one of them rhythm games. The Nintendo
really,
ones.
really does.
1, 2, 3, stab!
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to 4pixels. Cuckoo is here with Brandon, Jamie, and Buttons, and we are continuing Ace Attorney, Phoenix Wright.
Mr. Edgeworth. I don't even remember what was going on, so that's probably not even right. Oh, yeah, that wasn't right at all. This little girl put all her heart into drawing that picture. And yet you still insist on denying its existence?
Hey, I don't know the voice that I was doing, but I'm not the bad guy.
Close enough.
I'm saying is prosecute for that case who wasn't here such a picture.
Oh good, Edgeworth is drunk in court now. This is nice. That may well be. But that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Behold!
Just flip this switch around.
This is the evidence list for the SL9 incident. Please turn it over, Your Honor. Oh, so now he figures out that pages have two sides. 5 cases. Turn it over, turn it... Oh, what's this?
Yeah, what's that?
Okay, yeah, Drunk Edgeworth is my new favorite.
Hey, that's it. That's the picture I drew.
Rabble.
Indeed, 2 men appear to be wrestling here.
What? What's the meaning of this? What are you doing with that list?
Me?
Only the prosecutor in charge should have access to that list.
Oh, shouldn't you get your boss then? Huh? These lists, they're different from each other.
What?
It would appear, Mr. Edgeworth, what the evidence list you were handed 2 years ago was incomplete. These 2 lists fit together to form one. You can see the marks here where they were torn apart from each other. So you see, Mr. Edgeworth, it's quite obvious what happened. 2 years ago, only half of the evidence in that case ever reached you.
What?
Rest in fucking pieces.
What?
Order! Who'd have thought the picture would be drawn on the back of the list?
That was handed to Detective Goodman in the questioning room. Oh, that was a question, not a statement.
No, it's a statement now. Wait a minute. If this list was torn in half, then that means... Your Honor! Are you all right, Mr. Wright? Your eyes are bulging from your head. If the evidence list was torn in half, then there might be more of the drawing on the back of Mr. Edgeworth's list. That's how art works.
Absolutely.
Yes, that's quite conceivable, Mr. Edgeworth.
It's possible. Let's see.
Oh no, the shredder activated.
Sudden case of constipation.
Do not look at picture. Causes constipation.
Someone get him a Pepto.
Poor Emma. Drawing fucking crazy powerful pictures.
Next level Cthulhu magic. Is something wrong? Do you even have to ask?
Sorry, Your Honor. There is something drawn to the back of my list.
A singular
This
dick
is that thing. Okay.
How though? Oh, Lord above. That's that thing! That thing that was dancing in the evidence room.
Apparently, the head of criminal affairs used this for his blueprint.
I guess he was out of scrap paper.
Hmm.
Very well. Witness?
Undulating.
Why are you like this? Ugh. Ugh.
This looks like one of them rhythm games. The
It
Nintendo
really,
ones.
really does.
1, 2, 3, stab!
Will you please testify about this picture you drew 2 years ago?
No.
Lord, yes.
I don't know what accent that was, but I want you to use it in the future for someone.
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
What's wrong with Emma? She seemed to be thinking about something when she saw the picture.
This is the picture I drew 2 years ago. The flash of lightning was so bright, all I could see were shadows. After that, I must have fainted.
Slenderman's coming to get her.
He can't have my pogs. This picture shows exactly what I saw that instant.
To think a flash of lightning could burn such an image in your mind.
Well, yes, I'm traumatized, that's why.
Thanks to that, though, she was able to show us exactly what she saw. Well, I don't see any contradictions here. This clearly shows Joe Dark about to murder Prosecutor Neil Marshall. The defense may now begin its cross-examination.
This is the picture I drew 2 years ago.
Did you draw this picture right after the incident?
I think I drew it 2 or 3 days later. At first, I was in such a state of shock that I couldn't do anything.
During that time, the detective team was reorganized. Detective Goodman was placed in charge, under the direction of Damon Gant and Lana Skye.
2 or 3 days later. The memory should still have been fresh in her mind, because I don't know how witness testimony works. Excuse me, witness.
Something that traumatic, I think that's fair to say.
Well, witness testimony is notoriously really bad in forensic science, even when you're directly traumatized from it, and multiple days can mean the difference between an accurate representation and you've seen so many faces that you're unconsciously putting that towards your offender.
Gotcha.
But kids' games, so. But can you please tell us why this picture is painted all black? Are you racist? Oh god, it's the KKK joke again!
What?
I mean, if you calm down, maybe it wouldn't be.
No.
Because it's just still a fucking wet, champ. My goodness, you jumped on that quick, didn't you?
My new favorite thing is you angrily yelling champ at people.
Alright, Tiger.
Oh no, that's weird.
The flash of lightning was so bright, all I could see were shadows.
So at the time, you didn't even know it was Mr. Marshall who had come to your rescue? I can't fucking read. Who knew?
No, I couldn't see him clearly. The lightning was so bright, and I was knocked to the... The lightning was so bright, and I was knocked to the floor.
Oh god, I was having this joke again.
It's the pogs, they're getting to her. You were knocked to the floor?
Dark had a tight grip on me, but when Mr. Marshall jumped on him, I was knocked away. I turned around, and that's when the lightning flashed.
Poor Emma. I'm just glad she wasn't hurt.
What happened after the lightning flashed?
After that, I must have fainted.
You mean you didn't see the actual murder take place?
No, I'm sorry.
Objection. The flash of lightning only drove off the darkness for a split second. Not only that, but the trauma of the situation understandably caused the witness to faint. Do you really need to torture this girl any further?
What? Hey, I'm not the bad guy here.
It's okay, Emma. We'll get done with it. It'll be real quick. Just real quick. Phoenix, you jerk.
Anyway, this picture. This picture shows exactly what I saw that instant.
Sorry for asking so many times. But are you sure you drew exactly what you saw?
Of course! This is the exact scene!
It wasn't influenced in any way from your talks with the detectives? That's a fair question!
Are you insinuating we somehow manipulated her memory, Mr. Wright? We've done nothing wrong ever.
It's not like you're known for manipulating evidence or anything, Edgeworth.
He didn't.
No, of course not. You're a paradigm of sunshine and happiness.
Goddamn right.
I'd better watch out, or he might find some way to cut my salary, even though I pay myself.
I drew this picture before I heard anything from the detectives. So, I don't think anyone's story would have influenced me.
Mr. Wright, is there something that's bothering you about this picture? Huh? Oh, well... That's strange. She claims this is exactly the scene that was imprinted in her mind. And yet, there's clearly a contradiction here.
And we're not gonna fucking tell ya.
Get fucking wrecked.
This is the picture I drew 2 years ago.
So now we're back at the beginning of the testimony, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Can we look at the picture in the whatchamacallit? The Eternal Pocket? The court record, that's the name.
Muted.
And so he was stabbed with a ruler.
Is that dumb image supposed to be the stained glass window?
Maybe.
Yeah, I think so.
There's a flash of lightning, was so bright all I could see were shadows. After that, I must have fainted. The picture shows exactly what I saw that instant.
Oh, wouldn't the knife be black then if all she saw were shadows?
So, what would we present then? We can go through our
Give her
cookie,
the cookie.
the ID.
The shape of the shape and the shape of the jester's hat was the same, right?
Wait, what? The shape
What?
of the shape?
Well, the little blue badger and the shape of what this little stained glass window shadow thing, those were like the cones weren't off in different directions, right?
Oh no, that was right.
Okay.
The
I was
shape
saying
of
they
the
haven't
shape.
exactly given us. He
There
said
it
this is a contradiction. It's like cool, I guess.
My only thought would be like maybe because the knife is broken.
Or the fact that we could see the one arm facing this way.
She was like 14. No 14-year-old knows how to draw.
Especially not hands.
It's true.
Alright,
The most you can hide with circles, the better.
I'll give you a hint. It is on this statement. If you want me to look at anything.
I mean, I would. I'm.
Mm.
I don't know, man. I got nothing. The guy just
the only
presented
thing I
it
can
and said
think
there
of
was
is-
something wrong, and it's like, sure, man. All I can guess is the knife.
Yeah, the broken knife. That's really all I can think of.
I have no clue.
Your Honor, that statement contradicts this evidence.
Because the knife was supposed to be broken in and not outside. But
It does? I don't see anything contradictory. Huh? Really? Objection overruled. Try to think before you make accusations, Mr. Wright.
sure.
Whoops! That didn't go so well.
Oh, wait, no.
It's like, Goodman has nothing to do with this!
Now we're gonna lose because of Coco. Oh, God damn it.
Now we can't get the good end.
Oh man.
Emma's guilty.
What else do we have in the whatchamacallit? The court record. Why can I never remember that it's called the court record? I have like a mental block on that. What is that thing, actually?
What, this?
Yeah.
That is the strip of cloth found in Chief Cat's
Oh.
safe. Evidence for something, but what? Bears Emma Sky's prints.
Is there anything like on the back?
Actually, trying to remember myself now.
Is it that other manila folder that's between the photo and the stacks?
Oh, okay. I thought this was the autopsy report. Cause yeah, I remembered it was the autopsy stabbed in the back. Died from puncture. I accidentally gave Goodman's autopsy report.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but this picture the witness drew contains a blatant contradiction.
What? But I still remember it just like it was yesterday.
Mr. Wright, perhaps it would be faster if you simply pointed out this contradiction for us. What part of this picture contradicts the autopsy report? Like all of it, though? The contradiction, of course, lies here. Take a look at the knife the man is holding. If you look closely, you can see its tip is broken. In fact, you don't even have to look closely to see that.
But, Mr. Wright, look at the evidence. You see the murder weapon? This tip is broken too.
If I recall, the tip of the knife was found broken off in the victim's body.
It was a conclusive piece of evidence that proved Joe Dark was the murderer.
I'm afraid it's not so simple, Emma.
Where could you possibly see a problem?
It's obvious, really. The victim suffered a single stab wound to the back. If the victim was only stabbed once, then the murder weapon should not yet be broken.
Oh! What's the meaning of this?
Perhaps the knife was broken beforehand.
Are you stupid, Edgeworth? Sorry, but I'm afraid that's not possible. The tip of the knife was found inside the victim's body. If it was broken beforehand, it couldn't possibly wind up there.
That's right. But what does this mean?
The tip of the knife was undeniably discovered within the victim's body. The only possible explanation is the witness's memory is mistaken.
That's why I asked her so many times if she was sure she remembered correctly. I believe you were annoyed at the time, but she was sure she remembered correctly.
But there's no other way to explain this inconsistency.
Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. There is another explanation. Have you forgotten already about a little something called falsified evidence?
You're treading on thin ice, right?
All I'm saying is that this broken knife might be the piece of evidence that was forged. You can't deny the possibility.
No.
This is getting intense.
Order! 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 Are you saying the investigation really was corrupted?
I mean, Lana admitted to it.
It was. I thought we knew that. Like,
Yeah, I was going to say.
He's getting old. He just forgot.
Your Honor, please allow me to once again go over the events that took place the day of the murder. So, like, the police department and the prosecutor's office were holding a ceremony that day. And after receiving the King of Prosecutors Award at the ceremony, Neil Marshall questioned Joe Dark along with Damon Gant. During his questioning, Joe Dark fled from the room for some reason. And then Prosecutor Marshall chased after him and was, like, killed by Dark. It is my belief that somewhere in this story, there is a lie.
I'm not lying. The man really was holding up a broken knife.
If that's true, then there's no other way around it. This could not have been the actual murder weapon. There must have been another broken knife.
What are the chances of there being two broken knives?
More likely than you think.
Find out tonight 11.
Another broken knife besides Joe Dark's? Could there have been one?
There is another one.
If the witness is this adamant about the accuracy of what she saw, It can't just be explained away by a simple observational error.
Mr. Wright.
In that instant, Emma really did see a broken knife.
I assume, then, that you have some information about this other broken knife. If so, please feel free to enlighten us.
The murder weapon was already broken prior to the murder. There's only one way.
The softest fuck.
Me playing any goddamn puzzle game anymore. Take a look at this. Here's the real murder weapon.
It's the trophy.
Oh,
You're close. You're very close.
Except it's not that trophy, it's the picture of the trophy.
yeah, the picture trophy.
Because he didn't get the cool trophy with the sword.
No, he got screwed out of that one by like a murderer. Who'd have thought? The answer lies in the past. 2 years in the past.
Oh my god, Phoenix, stop being dramatic.
Who do you think he is?
Now we must step into the Wayback Machine. Experience it ourselves.
Right here, inside this picture.
Here. Right here. The screams threw me off. Cool beans. This is a picture of the sword ceremony.
Edward's too hungover for this shit.
I'll get him a coffee and an aspirin.
What is it, Mr. Edgeworth?
It's the broken murder weapon.
When does Godot enter this game? Like, third game?
Unfortunately.
You were so mad about that you didn't even let me read my line.
Oh. Sorry.
Smooth.
Sorry, I whatever. It was because of that.
I too hate Godot.
A broken knife.
Oh, now the vase makes sense. As we earlier concluded, the knife in the picture was not Joe Dark's knife. That being the case, the knife the witness saw, fucking reading for real,
No.
must in all likelihood this award.
And with that, we will wrap up this episode right here. Thank you for joining us, and see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Retreated into their cars, but they didn't actually leave. And here we have the main villain of the game. Ugh. Heck no. Oh my god, this camera movement though. Uh-oh. You move. Oh god.